What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Zenless Zone Zero. So, guys, I've been, really stuck in this place for like the past couple of days, like maybe 3 to 4 days, maybe if I had to guess. But yeah, I guess I really am kind of like trapped by these guys here. Anyways, yeah, let's actually resume. Maybe we'll break out. I don't know. We'll see about this routine maintenance by Opal Squad. Let's go in and see what they're up to. Opal Squad is all here. Alright, time to start today's routine maintenance. Inspector on duty, squad member Seed. First up, for inspection, Mercury. The Bing Boo? Mercury here. Let me take a look and see if this little cold beast got anything wrong with it. I always get nervous when Seed does my checkup. The antenna on the comms module seems a bit worn out. Gotta remember to get those parts replaced. If Colby can't hear me on the radio during the operation, I'm gonna kick your butt. Aye aye. Next up is Trigger Sniper Rifle. I'm counting on you again, Seed. I only need one look to tell your weapon's in flawless shape, just like always, Trigger. A sniper's weapon is their soul in the battlefield, after all. Boring. Now it's Orphe and Captain Magnus's turn. Or Magus. Let's get this straight. You're not laying a finger on me. Calm down, Captain. Quit swinging around my tail. Your exoskeleton is in good shape after all, Orphe, but your tail shows way more wear. No doubt due to the Captain's reckless fighting style. The Captain gives her all in combat. I'll try to stay in sync with Orphe's movements. As for Captain Magus, you're using that nitro fuel oil again, aren't you? So you can't stand that smell pouring out of your gun barrel. Whoa. Are you seriously attacking your captain's dental hygiene? Okay, apparently I'm gonna be inspected. I mean, we got the... what was it? We got the tracker on me. You think it's that? And finally, it's your turn, Proxy. Where should I start? Seed stares straight into the Proxy's eyes. Impossible as it seems. It almost seems like she can see it right through the HDD. Alright, don't we have the... I guess the lenses with Bell. I don't know if they always had that one... like, I don't know if it's a part of their eye. Or like, is it like contact lens? Because I know they do that whenever they use the HDD, right? But that can't be possible, right? Change the subject. I feel like if I look away, that'll look a bit suspicious. Your eyes are crystal clear, Proxy. All systems good. Inspection complete. Wait, my eyes? That was it? You were just looking for an excuse to stare into the Proxy's eyes. Now that everyone's finished their equipment checks, you're dismissed. Get some rest and make sure your gear service at the armory. Oh, that's Magus. Hey Proxy, don't forget to look after your eyes too. I mean, they are important, you know. I've always felt like if I lose my eyes, I'm gonna like, lose out on like maybe half of my life in a way. Because yeah, vision feels really big. Like I feel like if I were to lose like either hearing or sight, I'd probably just lose. I'd rather like lose hearing instead. You know what? Maybe I don't know, man. The thing is, I love music too. I listen to so much music on my own time. Oh. Which one would you like rather lose, your sight or your hearing? I mean, I feel like I'd rather hearing if I were to be more like based on I don't know. I just feel like eyes are like pretty big or sight. Anyways, let's just continue. You confirm that the military really is restricting your freedom of movement with Opal Squad. You then return to the tent to rest. It then offers some cover from the soldiers' gazes, and re-establishing the connection with the HDD brings a small sense of relief. Oh, Fairy's kinda happy.
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
Fairy, you really can't stop chasing that first assistant title, can you? When will you finally understand that as his sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
Alright, you two, enough arguing. I'm just a pitiful, useless captured proxy here, Well, you two are elite hackers, okay?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
You know, I am kind of curious how this will go because apparently we do have like, comms with Bell and Fairy. Like we still have some power with us. So,
Save your useless sympathy, First Assistant.
like just imagine that, like Proxy versus the Defense Force. I mean, I'm sure we're like, combat-wise, we're definitely not good against them, but we got hacking abilities, man. Maybe we can hack Seed Senior, like the mech.
Luckily, not even the hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Oh,
Which means Wise can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
I saw some new data with my eye implant in the hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files that EOS and Master saw.
If the Defense Force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know Second Assistant and your Master had nothing to do with it.
I got so lost in that text because that was not what she said in the dialogue box.
Anyway, leave the rest to me and Fairy Wise, just like always.
Then leave clearing out the hollow to me and Opal Squad, just like always.
The Defense Force's mission is bound to be dangerous. Be careful.
The bed beneath you feels so foreign, you hardly rest well that night. But as with all things, it eventually passes. A commotion rises from the outpost beyond the tent. That's Orphe and Seed's voice. What is up with Mercury? Is that Mercury on the ground? Let's go check out what's happening. Okay, apparently inspection was probably false from Seed because Mercury is not looking good. Is this the little one you brought back from the hollow? Yes, Captain. The Bing Boo squad seems to have been attacked. I received a Bing Boo distress signal and rushed over. What about the other soldiers? What about the soldiers in that squad? They're all lying there covered in blood. I mean, they're not breathing kind of lying there. They're dead. Let's pay our respects. This Bing Boo probably recorded what happened when they ran into the enemy, but it's badly damaged. Do we have any technicians at base? Me. Let me fix up the Bing Boo. I can play a rhythm game. I mean, I feel like Malgus is not going to trust us, right? You think? Because, what if she thinks we're hacking for maybe something on her that would, benefit us? Oh, apparently she trusts us. Okay, I'll leave it to you, Proxy. Rhythm game? Oh, no. Alright, yeah, this is fine, too. I played one like this, during the Suiban Temple thing, and it was kind of hard to do, actually. There we go. Yeah, and we one of the Suiban Temple, task. There we go. But yeah, that was easy. The video footage is restored, and the images from the inside the hollow will stream out to the Bing Boost data port.
All units be advised. At 3 o'clock, 300 meters. The cluster of miasma. Ethereal presence confirmed. Something's off. Are those humans coming out of there? Hey, look! Someone's crawling out of the miasma! Why are they wearing Defense Force uniforms?
Ooh.
They're coming closer. And they're armed!
Gunshots ring out from a distance. Are the soldiers shooting each other? There's some, I guess, one that's bad. I'm guessing the one that we're following right now is good.
We're under attack! Fight back!
I'm not sure if they're possessed.
More at 5 o'clock! Oh, This is Altis troops in disguise?
Oh. Gunfire echoes all around.
No. They emerged from the miasma. They're definitely not alive. What the Are we seeing the dead in broad daylight?
Yeah, we don't really see much cursing in this game.
Ethereal monster just take them too.
So it is kind of funny just to hear it.
Reporting in. We've got casualties.
The deafening gunfire grows louder, gradually drowning out all the voices. The gunfire and voices gradually fade away, and everything returns to silence. White noise grows louder, skipping ahead.
And just as the overseer said, even a miracle like resurrection
Oh,
is
wow.
nothing for the creator.
They can do some necromancy?
Don't let joy blind you, my dear brother. Until we stand before the Creator, every miracle is just a small step toward the gate of the final domain.
Don't worry, my joy hasn't clouded my judgment, and my knowledge as a researcher remains sharp. The large-scale miasma activation experiment has already begun ahead of schedule. They'll never catch up to us on our path to the Creator.
The footage ends abruptly here. The Bangbu recording the data seemingly couldn't hold on any longer. Those soldiers crawling out of the miasma, they look like the dead brought back to life. The dead, but they're dressed in military gear from the old capital, stuff from 11 years back. If they truly are the dead return, how could they be the ghosts of those old soldiers if they're shooting at their own squad mates? They're not the undead, more like some kind of miasma creature. Still, the fact that these creatures take on the form of former Defense Force soldiers means their creator. The enemy's knowledge of the Defense Force might be beyond our imagination. Besides, yesterday's recon mission went perfectly. We didn't let any cultists escape, so there's no way the Exaltus should be aware of our progress. We need to report this to Isolde. Let's go, Proxy. Alright. Isolde. Yo. Together with Obo Squad, you brief Isolde on what you saw in the footage.
The Exaltists have already figured out that we're launching a full-scale operation? So far, only Obel Squad's scouting mission involved direct combat. What that recon team ran into was likely just an unfortunate accident. But your operation was flawless, and no part of the plan was leaked. That means either the Exaltists are more perceptive than we thought, or some unit acted outside my command and carried out an unsanctioned mission.
But Lorenz handed over command of this operation to you.
So if we rule out interference from higher up, the only one who could have mobilized troops without the Colonel's approval is...
Only the Major General himself.
Looks like Colonel Isolde has it even tougher than I do when it comes to dealing with a demanding superior.
Orphe, you don't actually think I'm that difficult to deal with, do you?
At this point, arguing with my superior won't do any good.
So if we want the raid to stay on track, we'll have to strike even faster.
While I usually think you're a little too reckless, Magus, this time, I agree with you. Swift as the wind, fierce as fire, and unknowable as shadow. That's the essence of Blitz tactics. At least according to a Yunque Summit scroll. Since the enemy already knows we're coming, let's seize this rare opportunity and strike before they're ready.
Obel Squad, gear up and get ready!
Yes, Captain Magus.
I'm about to start deploying troops to launch the offensive. Proxy, both the battlefield and the hollows can shift in an instant. Make sure you're fully prepared. We aren't as ready as we could have been. The Obsidian Division will handle the battlefield, but when it comes to the hollow, you're the only one we can count on.
Leave it to me. On my reputation as a legendary proxy, and my honor as the mayor's envoy, I won't let you down. I'm counting on all of you, too. Please don't betray the trust that people have placed in the Defense Force.
Save it. We're well aware.
What the captain means is, Obel never fails a mission.
This operation has two main objectives. First, to gather intel on the miasma soldiers. Second, to eliminate key Exaltus bases. Get ready and move out. In a surprise attack, every second counts. Obo Squad, move out. Alright, here we go, man. Yeah, so apparently the general, like, if I understand that correctly, he's the one that, like, mobilized a squad out I think that's the one that we just saw. Yeah, I don't know if I got that scene fully, like understand it, but I think that's what I kind of like understand right now. Okay.
The unexpected deployment of forces beyond Isolde's plan has
Yeah.
put the Exaltists on high alert, like a startled bird ready to flee.
Okay, I think I did understand that correctly. Because, like, I don't know if I did. But yeah, like, pretty much, we think the general's the one that kind of, like, deployed those forces
We can't
that we just
risk the
saw
Exaltist
get like,
core
eliminated.
members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
Based on the intelligence we have, the target's stronghold in this operation is very likely the Exaltist's main base.
I'm not usually one to spoil the mood, but from what I've seen of the Exaltists, they're not that easy to pin down. Which raises the question, can we really trust the intel from the Defense Force?
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But it's Isolde's strategy and intel that have been key to the Defense Force's success so far. I understand your concerns, but I've no reason to doubt the reliability of Isolde's intel.
Captain Magus, you sure have a lot of trust in Commander Isolde, don't you?
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't exactly accurate. But yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and my commanding officer. In fact, Obel Squad itself wouldn't exist without Isolde's support and guidance. If I can't trust Isolde, then there might not be anyone left in Obsidian Division I can trust.
So, like, two things. I feel like this scene might be important because what if all this talk about trusting Isolde, like, especially from Magus over here, what if, like, it turns out that Isolde is, like, the bad guy somehow? I'm trying to, like, think of, like, maybe a twist at the end, but, like, it feels very fishy with this talk of, like, trust. But, I don't know if it's just, like, just, like, normal banter, just to, like, build out, like, how much, just trust Magus has for Isolde. But also, too, I just realized something that, with this cutscene, like, with, Orphe and Magus here, do they just, like, cut out, like, do they just, like, hide a tail from, like, from Orphe's model to not show Magus at the back? That's what I'm guessing. I'm just wondering what that looks like, because I'm sure they like just hit it well.
I understand. So please believe me. When I'm acting as your proxy, my one and only
Because you
goal
can't really
is to
see the
lead you
back,
all to
so
where you're meant to be.
can't really tell how it's looking right now. It was like, with Magus over here, I'm guessing they like just hid that tail part of her, like in those cutscenes, so that Magus can be like her own separate character.
The Defense Force people are here.
Yeah. Who goes there?
Well, you kind of said it.
Petty thugs blocking the way to the Creator.
There we go.
Creator will not forgive them.
Our sacrifice will pave the way for our master's return.
Okay.
Not over yet!
There we go, mech.
Recalibrating.
You're in my sight.
All right, big guys last.
Show no mercy.
There we go, bam, dude. Oh man, dude, the mech is so cool. All right. Encrypting documents detected on this device. Accessing. Answering the Overseer's call, wrongfully killed soldiers rise from the underworld, cloak in flames of vengeance. As for why the Defense Force soldiers would fight for us, the Overseer was rather vague. Perhaps they too were blessed with witnessing the Creator's true form in the underworld. The files stored in this device are incomplete. The remaining intelligence needs to be obtained elsewhere. Wrongfully killed soldiers? But those ones emerging from the miasma were wearing 11-year-old uniforms, and they died protecting New Eridu. These Exaltus scum, how dare they desecrate the honor of the fallen soldiers? Unforgivable. The approaching footsteps have everyone on guard, but then what they see is a sight of allied uniforms. Is it good though?
Which unit are you in?
Oh, okay.
According to Commander Isolde's orders, aside from Obel Squad, there shouldn't be any other squads assigned to raid this base.
Isolde may be the acting commander for
Oh,
this
boy.
op, but our squad reports to Major General Lorenz.
So, these idiots are the ones who alerted the Exaltus to our plan. And it was all under orders from the Major General?
Wow.
Mind your tone. The Major
So was
General
that what
stopped
happened
because
earlier?
he was worried
I just
you
knew
would
that,
be
you
able
know,
to handle this alone.
the general was
Here
like
to support
the one
operation.
mobilizing some forces. And I guess that somehow made them alert to our plans. Okay.
Support the operation? We were just out there fighting alone as a single squad.
That's right. And we really do appreciate it. Without you taking the brunt of the Exaltists' attention, we couldn't have made it to their headquarters from the flank so smoothly. We have to apologize. We accidentally beat you to it and ended up taking the credit for wiping out the Exaltists' main base.
What?
Got it? That's meaningless. Is this really the attitude of new recruits in Obsidian Division these days?
Acting all high and mighty. You're just a gun. Do you really think yourself so important? I may be a rookie, but at least I'm not a washed-up old dog like you.
Jeez.
Watch it! The captain has given everything to protect the city. You don't deserve to.
It's okay, Orphe. As long as they really did take out the Exaltists, then they've helped safeguard New Eridu, which makes them our comrades.
Look at her being
Even
mature.
among comrades, there are
Even though they're
plenty of
kind of like
annoying
douchebags right now.
ones. If you ask me, we should just take this guy away and cover it
Oh my
up as
gosh.
an accident caused by an Exaltist attack.
That sounds really bad. Like we'll be like probably way worse than them.
Hey, are you threatening me?
Stay focused, soldier. Answer me. Has the Exaltist's base been completely cleared?
Several creatures took advantage of the chaos to escape. We had other orders to carry out, so we didn't have time to pursue them while clearing the base.
Other orders? What could be more important than wiping out the Exaltists?
Bunch of fools. They can't even handle something this simple properly. Obel soldiers, let's move out. Once again, it's up to us to clean up after these fools. Obel, gear up and get ready.
Yes, Captain Magus.
All right, here we go, man.
I've been on standby for a long time.
I've been on standby for a long time. Probably waiting for that cutscene to be over.
Are fleeing in all directions.
Oh my gosh, is this it?
Second-rate troops sure are surprisingly good at messing things
Yeah, these are the bad guys, the soldiers. But look at Orphe there. I mean, I really want to get Orphe, man. Just because, you know, she appears on the battlefield every now and then. Like, I think that's so cool, man.
You can still find some useful documents and materials.
Yeah, I just think that's so cool. I love that. Encrypted documents detected on this device, accessing. We may be working with Porcelumics, but they aren't exactly saints. They sacrifice everything for profit. The soldiers didn't die protecting the city. The truth is, the file ends here without warning. There's a record of the hardware being moved, but the missing data cannot be retrieved. Dang it. Of all the places the data had to be missing at the most crucial part. The soldiers didn't die protecting the city? Just what have these Exaltists learned? It's nothing but a distraction they planted on purpose to mislead us. Still, it's clear the Exaltus remnants were spooked by the Major General's units acting so recklessly. That's why they moved the key data early. Guess we have no choice but to press on. Right up here.
Elite targets have appeared.
There we go. I didn't know you can do this. Wait, you can do that? We're like, I tried holding it down like with Orphe. Oh my gosh, dude, that was so cool. You can like hold it down to like do this shooting. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah, I didn't even know about that. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to play with C that much on my own time. I mean, I was pretty much stuck in this, you know, mission for like the past couple of days, so I couldn't really do much on my own.
Everything is moving along
Because, you know, I need to progress the game here
We'll be counting on you again this time.
if I want to do stuff on my own. That's the general, right? And then who's that other, like,
Major
defense
General
force?
Lorenz, you're here in the Hollow. In person?
You're the squad Isolde spoke so highly of. Codename Obel, wasn't it? This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected. It's just as Colonel Isolde said. You're quite a capable squad.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post. And the person with you is...
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the reception banquet for the Porcelumex safety inspection.
Oh, it's him. Like the other, I guess the other guy, right? That we,
Safety inspection? That makes no sense.
like, we arrested, like, there was like 2 of them, right, at that one party. But then we like, kind of like exposed one of them at least.
This,
Yeah,
gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech.
this gun.
Anyway, we are acquainted from the banquet, aren't we? Also involved with the Obsidian Division, I see. For someone so young, you must have made quite the impact with the military.
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This gentleman is the mayor's envoy, specially sent by the kind-hearted Mr. Mayflower to oversee our work.
Man, why is this guy trying to like discredit us, like, try to downplay our work?
I'm just doing my duty. Please. The title
It's like,
of
you know,
envoy
not
is
so.
a bit too much. I feel like it's a little too high and mighty.
Or was he praising me? I don't know. It just sounded like, I thought he was like downplaying me because he said not so.
So you're a distinguished guest from city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
So, what brings you here, Major General, Mr. Lucro, and these troops who've been acting without Colonel Isolde's orders?
My troops and I have our reasons for being here. You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Even if you don't fully grasp what overstepping means, you should at least know not to ask about classified military matters. Mind your tongue, Captain. After all,
Jeez.
besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have left.
Major General, shouldn't we be going? Staying too long in areas with high ether activity isn't good for my health.
You're right, Mr. Lucro.
Escorted by the troops, Lorenz and Lucro withdraw from the stronghold.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the 2 most annoying people I've ever had to listen to. Sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak disrespectfully about a commanding officer.
I'll let it slide this time, Orphe. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military tribunal, I'd have turned every curse word into high-energy laser blasts right at their faces.
This place is not only a key Exaltus stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. Porcelumex's other executive had previously worked with the Exaltists. Many of their facilities were originally Porcelumex's assets as well, and now under Lucro's lead, Porcelumex has formed ties with the defense force. It's clear why they're here.
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those 2 plotting how to profit?
Goodness, Commander Lorenz is such a bad person.
Orphe is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Goodness, Orphe. You really are a fool. But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar. Either way, Obel's mission continues. Everyone, we keep pursuing the escaping Exaltists.
Yes, Captain Magus.
So yeah, that was just some extra stuff. Somewhere in the Lemnian Hollow, illuminated by flickering candlelight. Oh my gosh, dude. Look at that guy. Oh, we got Sarah from the back here. That's a really cool cape. Will be really interesting to see if she is playable or not. You know, she could be. Great Overseer, the Defense Force took the bait just as planned, and they're feeling pretty proud of themselves. Perfect. They've wasted enough time on meaningless distractions. That foolish general thinks he's already claimed enough victories. They won't be throwing major forces at us anymore, though the price was nothing more than a few necessary sacrifices. They died for their faith, Overseer. Besides, the troops you brought back from the underworld were a huge help. Soldiers fighting soldiers, it's cruel really. Still, if it's for the right cause, then even you and I must be willing to give our lives. Absolutely, if that greater purpose is an audience with the Creator. I know you have other intentions, but you're still open to the path to the Creator, won't you? Great Overseer. I've wandered in confusion along this path more than once, but the whispers I heard were true, without a doubt. Once I've achieved my goal, I'll open the path to the Creator for you. Which means your sacrifice and mine are justified. But Phaethon is with the Defense Force right now, and that one's a real handful, not the type to let things go easily, and that elite squad of theirs has been a serious thorn in our side. I've noticed the youngster may be an unexpected variable, but I've already set the course for how their tale unfolds. Don't back them into a corner, unless you have to. Your arrangements are reasonable. May the Creator refine us. Okay. Yeah, we're getting more of these, like, you know, random scenes with the Exaltus with Sarah here. I wonder what they're trying to build up here too. You know, they're like teasing up on a goal that they have. Cheers and laughters echo from the military camp, which have been so quiet the past few days. I don't understand. Weren't we just like chasing after the Exaltus? Now we're back at the base. Why is the Defense Force base so lively? What's going on? Let's ask around and see what the soldiers know. Hey man, arrogant soldier. Oh, a new face, and not in uniform either. You must be that outside help for the, what was it? Apostle Squad? Thanks to the brilliant leadership of the Major General and his adjutant, we secured an easy victory. Sure, you didn't land a big win, but you still played a part. I'll stay silent. Hey, what's with that look? We're celebrating our victory here. Don't be such a buzzkill, okay? Okay. I mean, yeah, they did take credit, right? Okay. And Lucro is here. Welcome back, Envoy. I've been waiting here, just to make sure you return safely. You're really laying it thick, huh? Such modesty. Still, if you're acting on behalf of the mayor in Defense Force matters, I'm sure your words hold real authority with the city administration. We owed it to the big Major General's forces that we were able to reclaim a significant cache of porcelain without incident. Assets Ferox had handed over to the Exaltus, which are in fact Porcelumix's property. It's quite the haul. The Major General and I go way back. He may not be the most charming guy, but he's someone you can count on. I know I'm just a shrewd, profit-minded trader, and I know there's been some bad blood between you and the Major General. But that doesn't stop me from seeing the potential for us to work together in the future. Someone like you always brings value to the table, so naturally, I am pleased that you made it back in one piece. About the Porcelumix and the Exaltus. It's true that certain individuals within Porcelumix, including Mr. Ferox and his team, engage in unlawful activities with the Exaltus. The shameful and empathetic Mr. Ferox is now in custody, and with the Major General's support, we've tracked down his subordinates who escaped into the Hollow. Porcelumix is cleaned of any further criminal associations. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be someone that we go up against. Because yeah, I have a feeling that, you know, they were like business partners, in a way, those two. Regarding the so-called Obscura devices, while they were created through Ferox's dealings with the Exaltus, I'm not clear on their scientific worth. Still, they're made of costly porcelain, so they belong to the company. We'll recover each of the Obscura once the Defense Force finishes assessing the risk. The risk? Yes, Colonel Isolde started in the report that the Obscura could pose an extreme risk, even goes so as far as to order an evacuation of Wi-Fi Peninsula for public safety. It's gotten too dangerous. Looks like it's time for me to leave Wi-Fi Peninsula. Take care of yourself. Okay. Yeah, we kind of saw Obel Squad over here, right? Yeah, we saw this person here too. Oh, it's just a friendly soldier. We saw like this one with the Major General. It's just a generic soldier here, I guess. Okay. Orphe? These guys sure know how to take it easy. They're already planning the victory party right after winning. So what's the Defense Force next move? Next move? There isn't one. The Major General believes the key members of the Exaltus have been wiped out and their base cleared. As far as he's concerned, we've already won. I never thought victory would come so easily. The Exaltus won't be that easy. What about the Obscura in the city? You faced the Exaltus more times than anyone, Proxy. Your insight is valuable, but even so, the Obsidian Division can't keep pouring resources into chasing down a minor outlaw group. As for the Obscura, Colonel Isolde is taking our intel and the risk posed by these sacrifices very seriously. She's already preparing to evacuate the citizens of Wi-Fi Peninsula. We'll stay on guard here to protect these civilians until everyone's been evacuated and all the Obscura in the city have been cleared. It's thanks to Isolde's leadership that we were able to locate so many Obscura across the city before the operation began too. Did the Colonel know about the risk of the Obscura all along? Since everyone's taking a break, why don't you relax a little too, Proxy? I'm heading back to the camp with the captain. Want to join us for a bit, Proxy? Despite your doubts, with cheers ringing out through the night all around you, you find yourself taking a brief rest by the firelight with the two soldiers. As Obel Squad settles in at their quarters, the troops are already preparing to celebrate.
Everyone!
Whoa.
The Exaltus, the threat that plagued Wi-Fi Peninsula, have been wiped out under our thunderous assault. Once again, we've brought justice and victory to the people of New Eridu, like every triumph before.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not done yet. Story's like, way too fast.
Give it up for yourselves, soldiers! Cheer for victory!
Cheers rise up from the gathered soldiers.
And let's hear it for our brilliant commander, Major General Lorenz!
The cheers are up once more.
I hate to be that guy, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
A typical big shot, huh?
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exaltist stragglers roaming inside and outside the Hollow, and the Obscura in the city haven't been fully inspected yet.
As far as I know, the key Exaltus leaders are still at large. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. The Exaltus will remain a threat until they're eliminated. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Yishan Shifu, and the Exaltus suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still hold major influence.
Yishuan, High Preceptor of Yunquai Summit? I've heard the name before.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Isolde has been unwell recently, and went back to the city to rest.
That's weird.
She's also been absent from meetings over the past few days.
That sounds very suspicious. I think Isolde might be, I don't know. You think she's bad?
Maybe the commander's like.
I don't know, man. That whole thing about trust
doesn't
earlier,
want these
just
kinds of gatherings. She might have just found an excuse to slip away.
because it kind of happened in a way before, where like I was watching. I remember I watched this one TV show a long time ago. I'm not gonna say which one, just to like not spoil the show. But like, there's this one character that was like so, like they were like in a, I guess like in a an apocalypse, and they're like talking about like how to like how like he's looking forward to like rebuilding the world and stuff, and then yeah, like the character just like pretty much died in the same episode, I think. It's like everything's so happy and so hopeful, and then the character just dies. So yeah, I just feel like, with just how happy the whole trusting was earlier, I feel like there's something up with Isolde.
You might be right. That does sound like her. In any case, we've dealt a heavy blow to the Exaltists. And after fighting on the verge of life and death, the soldiers really needed a victory to boost their morale.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
Think of it as me trying to lift everyone's spirits. As soldiers, it is our duty to obey orders. So even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take action without orders, you'll be standing trial at a military tribunal. I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Senior would stop us.
I don't want anyone ending up in front of a military tribunal either.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially concluded. Sorry about that, Proxy.
I understand. Opal Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
But as Faithin, I have no right to stop moving forward. Oh, whoa. No, that was scary. Excuse me, Mr. Special Envoy. The Colonel asked me to pass on a message. Some bigwig from Tops is here to see you. From Tops? You think it's Damien? Don't ask me about the specifics. You'll just have to go see for yourself. Okay, is that Damien? Yeah, there we go. He's the only one I know. But yeah, like I said, I know I'm like, I've always talked about him being playable and stuff. I feel like with him, that's probably not going to be his outfit when he's playable. I'm going to guess he has a secondary outfit for combat. He meets with Damien after dark and fill him in on what Lucro's doing.
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltist stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled, yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another. I have no place in Tops any longer. And the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
Wow. So you're in a pretty risky position as well?
Even though you played a major role in
yeah, I
taking
forgot
down
he says it.
Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunque Summit for help.
Wow.
Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waifei Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out.
Yeah, Damien is so interesting, man. Because, at first they were, making him out to be like some, like the usual evil corporate bad guy. But no, he's, probably like the only good corporate evil bad guy.
A stray like me is used to bowing.
Or maybe not evil, but like good corporate guy.
Unfortunately, no matter how much power we might have, we're just as constrained as you are now. I can't contact anyone at Rinquay Summit for assistance either, but if it's to keep you safe...
It's alright. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Just as Damien finishes speaking, a small figure suddenly springs out from behind him. What the heck?
Hiya! I'm the savior he was talking about.
Jeez. Dang, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this feels kind of weird. Like, she looks like she is not from this game. She looks like a Genshin Impact character, like one of those like little kid girl models. Like, because I guess we did have like, I guess characters like with what was it? I'm forgetting all their names, like the small girl characters, but this one is even like way smaller. But yeah, I'm sure she's playable, just based on her design. But yeah, this is like extremely different. All right. Yeah, she looks like a Genshin Impact character to me, man.
It's funny. Most company employees usually see
And yeah, she's a
me as
rabbit. I can see like even the tooth
disaster.
as well.
Who would have thought I'd ever be called a savior?
And dude, she has big hands. Jeez.
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao
Like she's
from TOPS,
like way more
affiliated with the Krampus
animal-like.
Compliance Authority.
Miss Zhao from TOPS, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within TOPS? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
You know, it does make me kind of excited in a way because, you know, just looking at this character here, like I can definitely tell she's playable, and because she's within TOPS, I can see a playable TOPS team in the future, and probably even Damien too.
That's alright. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if a company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance.
So is there like a playback for that? I just want to understand that. So like, it isn't a company. The role is to do all that, inspect, decide, and enforce regulations. Remembers at the round table. You think that's like a King Arthur type faction too? The round table? Okay. Well, yeah, I don't fully understand it, but I'll keep going.
The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the round table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster. Even so, having regulators like you is probably a key reason TOPS has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
We'll only know whether I'm your savior or your disaster once all the investigations are complete.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
Although he's not really a friend, I do have some understanding of the way Damien does things. He's determined to survive this brutal game, but he's also someone who would never cross the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes.
So, is there really something special with my eyes? Because, like, even Seed was looking at it.
I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus, and that when those eyes look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility, Mr. Wise.
Miss Zhao, the Krampus member, turns and walks off with Damien in tow. She may have been small in stature, but her commanding presence nearly overshadowed the disheveled Damien beside her. So yeah, pretty much she's a regulator. It's getting late, so let's head back to the tent and get some rest. Alright, but yeah, I think we'll go ahead and just end it here. Next time we'll, you know, go and rest and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for, like, when it comes to the TOPS. You know, definitely see Damien being playable. I wonder what he's gonna be like though, because like, you know, he doesn't look like he'll be for combat. But yeah, I can definitely see Miss Zhao being, yeah, Zhao is like being playable as well. Yeah, I'm just wondering what that looks like. Like for Damien mainly. But yeah, next time I'm gonna try my best to maybe finish things off with the next video, because I feel like it's always been maybe around 4 videos, if like the previous patch was anything to see about like just how long these quests would be. So yeah, I'll see if I can you know, try to finish this up, and then if there's like a, you know, extra story along the way, like yeah, I guess I know there was like some story stuff with Seed, right? So I'm guessing she'll be next with her agent story. So yeah, I guess we'll be doing that after we finish whatever we have left in the next video. So yeah, also we'll go ahead and see if Isolde is evil. I feel like that might be the case, man. She's being kind of weird and fishy in a way. In the way they talk about trusting Isolde a lot, I can see that being a story thing where, you know, she just, you know, betrays, and that'll be like the big plot twist, you know? So yeah, that'll be it for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good